So, looks like today's Tuesday, day off. Figured I haven't been out and about in a bit. Too broke to really do much of anything else, so figured I'd pack the drone up, take a wander down to the waterfront, and do some flying. I think today, though, instead of just heading down to the regular waterfront, I'm going to wander over by Paul Bunyan and down back behind, was it Gagan's? I think it's called. So we'll head down there, see what there is to see, and do a little flying down there. Maybe just wander around the riverbank and tracks down there for a little bit. I've never been down to the riverside this far this way. So we'll see what's going on down there. As you can see, we're over by Seasons at the moment, and we're making our way downtown. Yeah, that's not my kind of thing. So, one thing I did notice the last couple times I've been walking, aside of the friggin' trees in the way, there's a couple of plum trees that the city has planted, coming right up on them here. Right next to the Main Street McDonald's. Yum, yum, yum. Pardon the bouncy, janky footage. Do-do-do-do. See? Check out a little plum tree. Doesn't look... Oh, there's a couple little ones left on there. But they're starting to go by, so they're a little bit sour. But additionally, we've got these ones. This plum tree, and it is a plum tree. I see a few plums up there, but again, they're starting to go a little by the way. The ground is just littered with them. So. Alright, well, I think I will cut this off and we'll resume recording. No, plum guts all over my feet. Resume recording when we get closer down to the river. Alright, so now we're down, not quite behind Hollywood Slots, as you can see, but we're getting there. I was out playing Pokemon Go the other night. I noticed there was a way to get down close to the river via the railroad tracks. Pardon the, again, jankiness of the video. Walking on gravel, downhill. Not exactly the most easy stuff to walk on. So, anyways, so there's this thing, railroad bridge. Oh, my knees. There's a railroad bridge directly behind me that goes down, and a little bit of paved road that goes down by the water. So I think this would be a pretty nifty place to head down, do a little flying, check out the water side. There isn't a whole lot of... Oh, at least I'm not the only one that wants to come down here. So it's a nice looking little area. We'll flip the camera up. As you can see, the underside of the bridge. And here we are. So counterbalancing the camera. I kind of like this. Not really sure what that is. It's a mailbox of some sort. Let's see what this is. Oh, okay. Violently prosecuted, restricted area. Blap blap dap. Blap blap dap blap blap dap dap. Let's continue on our merry way, shall we? Huh. Well, apparently we have discovered the location of one of Bangor's old homeless locations, homeless camps. Any of you using it for camping, housing, or other purpose must relocate by July 24th. Remains to be ordered to leave the city of Bangor property immediately. Blah 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 blah. All that happy stuff. Fun. So it's actually a pretty simple place down here. It's beautiful. It's not really sure if I want to go down that way or if I want to launch from right in this area. So I kind of like this. It's wide open. Yeah. I think I'm going to launch from right here. I'll get set up and then I'll be right back. So one of the things I almost never think to do is bring my landing pad, which for this sort of area isn't too bad. I mean, it's just a little rocky, little gravelly, but the Mavic can take off and land in this real simple. Well, the other things that I forgot in this instance, ND filters. So all I have to work with is the resolution settings that are on the camera that are on the actual camera right now. Show some beautiful sound of my arm hitting that. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to be launching from down here. We're down, I'm not even sure what those are over there, but we're down apparently where the old Bangor, one of the big homeless campgrounds used to be, because we saw the hey, get the hell out of here by end of July thing. Let me just give you a good pan around. So as you can see, we're down below the that's the 395 there. Behind us is the bank. I believe that's going up into Tim Hortons parking lot. But we've got plenty of open sky to launch from. So I'm gonna get Mav all set up. Probably back over here a little bit further, just because I don't want the sun directly behind me. Get her set up, and I'll be back. Alright, so one of the biggest annoyances that one typically has when they're trying to fly a drone is other people. Let's get up in the air.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
right. And she's off. All right, so here we go. Let's get the exposure down a little bit. Angle down. Before we head up in the air. Stay below 150 feet, just because we are so close to the airport. I have contacted aircraft control, told them where I was going to be, how long I was going to be up, and my maximum height. I told them I was going to stay below 150 feet, so we're going to stay below 150 feet. So let's head out. At the moment, we seem to be. Let's look straight down. We're easy enough to make out. So let's head on out over the water, shall we? Again, angle down a little bit. And away we go. Now we're heading straight out over the water here. This is going to bring us over to, we can fly right across the river straight over into Brewer. Now I've spoken with aircraft control in Brewer many times. Their biggest concern is that they're a private-ish airport, so they don't have a lot of traffic coming in and out. So they're not too concerned about recreational drone pilots flying around. But it's still nice to give a heads up. Oh, looks like we have a helicopter coming. Not sure if they're coming our direction or not, but we're going to head back towards home as fast as we can. Oh, yep. Alright, I already contacted aircraft control and let them know, so. That helicopter is awful low for coming in this close. Luckily, I didn't see it on my screen, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's come back overhead. Let's take a brief zip. Down the railroad tracks. Now I don't want to get too close to the 395, so we're going to angle off, head back out over the water, angle a little bit faster though because got a little bit of a breeze. We don't want to risk it. We can see ourselves pretty well actually. Now, unfortunately for this flight, I don't have any telemetry on the screen because I haven't figured out how to do that with a Mavic like I did with the Bebop. But not a humongous deal. Let's get out over the water a little bit more. Angle our camera straight down. And start coming down to about 100 feet. We'll bring our camera back up. Oh, a little bit overswing. Still working on that. Bring the camera back up a little bit more. So we get some focus out there. I hate that chirp. Normally this is why I have the sound turned off. But, oh well, what are you going to do? It's absolutely gorgeous out there, and I appear to be standing Holy shit, I appear to be standing on some sort of an anthill. I just realized that my legs are crawling. Oh boy. Well, shoot. That's really cute. Okay. Well, let's turn this puppy around. Now, I know I did say that I was going to stay away from 395. What I was meaning is that I'm going to stay away from... Yeah, I'm going to back up a little bit here, because I don't know what the deal is with these ants. In fact, I'm going to leave myself hovering. We're going to relocate. 1 second. Okay, and we're back. Ant-free. Holy cow, that was nuts. Still have a few of them crawling on me. Yeah. All right, so we're currently hovering over the Penobscot. So, Penobscot. So, like I said I wanted to stay away from the 95. Mainly because to fly over it at a safe distance, I'd have to be up over the 150 feet that I told aircraft control that I was going to be at. So, what we're going to do is we're going to fly straight towards it. We're doing a nice 19.5 miles an hour at 107 feet above takeoff level, which is a bit high for what I want to do. So this is probably going to be one of the riskiest things I've done with this drone since I've had it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fly underneath the 395 overpass. If I dump it, I'm going to be so upset. But I've dumped it doing something that I wanted to try. So what I'm going to do, I can't hear the drone quite yet. So I know we're still a little bit away. Let's turn so that we're looking towards. Actually, we are pretty much dead even with where we are right now. So I'm going to be somewhere right about just beyond those trees where I can't see. So let's come down to about 75 feet. Come a little bit closer. Because whenever you're doing something stupid like this, you really need to know exactly where you're at. Alright? Okay, hi. Boom. There's Mav. See her right there. Should be just about able to make me out. I turn a little bit. This way, there. Not really sure if it can see me or not. But I bet if I do the old Zoomerino. Yep. That's the problem with Zoom. Makes it really sketchy. Let's go this way. There we are. Yep, just hidden a little bit beyond the trees. So, alright, let's zoom this puppy back out. Turn towards the objective. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the camera. Tap, tap. Camera's pointing straight ahead now. Now what I need to do is I need to get closer to the bridge. But not so close that I'm going to be risking endangering any cars. And I want to center myself between the posts. Okay? Now, this is where things are going to get sketchy. We're going to go down. Like I said, I may need to go off camera for a second. Actually, no. I will bring the camera with me. We're going that way. Let's go. Alright, so I can see it. I don't know if you can or not, but Mav is right over there. Alright, we're looking almost directly at her. So what this is going to do is this is going to give me visual line of sight to find out exactly where I am in relation to the bridge. So we're going to go down, keeping an eye not only on this but on my screen as well. This may be a little bit of an issue. The downward positioning sensors are not going to give me an accurate representation of where I am. So I'm going to step out that way so I can get a little bit closer, get a better sight line on where she is. She's doing a little bit of this, number. Get a little bit closer and we're going to right underneath. Fuck, was I underneath it already? "19 miles an hour, and I can see her. We are through. That was awesome. That was absolutely insane. Let's get a little bit more height on ourselves here. That was insane. I've never flown underneath a big structure like that. So let's turn her around. Get a good look at where we've come. Look at that. Right through it. That's awesome. Alright, so let's head on back through. Gear ourselves down a little bit more. It's not going to risk hitting anything. And away we come. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Like I said, I've never risked flying through a structure like that with this drone. I've always been so nervous that I was gonna smash it into something. But let's also talk about the fact that I'm like 10 feet off the water right now. Those downward positioning sensors have really got me friggin' worried. So let's head back up in the sky a little bit, around about 150 feet. To where we're a little bit safer. Yeah, 120 feet, or a little bit safer. You don't have to worry about so much about running into stuff. Oh man. A couple of folks bicycling over at the park. It's a beautiful thing, being able to take off and fly like this. Oh man, I can only imagine what it must have, how sad it must have been not to be able to have this sort of freedom. It's insane. Let's try not to fly over the, well, I don't see any reason why not. Let's take a buzz over the concerts here. Transmission's getting a little bit wonky, so we will circle back around Fly right down Main Street. Trucks. Oh. See, now we're running into the... We're losing signal a little bit here. But we're coming back home, so we're gonna be just fine. As we get closer to where we're at, transmission signal is going to come in, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, I can see it climbing back up already. So like I said, here we go right down Main Street, flying straight. This is basically the route we took when I walked here. The Mavic Pro, I say again, being as old as it is, you know, relatively speaking, it's still one of the best drones there is out there. Flight time, control, image quality, there's nothing like it. Nothing else like it out there yet. Just gonna make a sharp turn here. And hey, what do you know? There's the there's the little railroad overpass where we came in. We'll angle ourselves straight down. I can see her. Fly right at us. Alright, let's bring her in for a landing. Yeah, bring her right down, shall we? Straighten the camera out. No risk damage to the gimbal.
Landing.
And down she is. Gonna get packed up and we'll get out of here. Thanks for joining me on today's flight. Have a good one.